morning, good morning. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. We are right here in the city of Ogba, Lagos, and we are here to get the views and opinions of the ordinary Nigerian. We are here to get them talking on various issues as concerning the country. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program Bystanders at the Newsstands this morning. I have with me the Daily Sun newspaper, and also I do have the Vanguard newspaper this morning. My reviewers are here this morning to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning, and I'm very grateful that we have Mr. Matthew, Mr. Lucky, Mr. Raphael, and others are on their way this morning. Barrister Okwadi, a big thank you to you for supporting the reviewers, and also we have a GoFundMe account. You can also support our journalism, what we do here on the streets, Flip TV. You can support us through our GoFundMe account. And let's move over to the business of the day. I have the Vanguard newspaper, and I also do have the Daily Sun newspaper. What does the Daily Sun have for us this morning? Don't impose cattle grazing on states, Tambuwal tells Buhari. Don't impose cattle grazing on states, Tambuwal tells Buhari. Insist on the centralization of police. Says Nigeria does not need a parochial leader in 2023. Nigeria does not need a parochial leader, whatever that means, in 2023. Main headline on the Sun newspaper this morning: more trouble for Secondus. More trouble for Secondus. Court restrains him from parading as PDP national chairman. Court restrains him from parading as PDP national chairman. Court orders striking doctors to resume work. Court orders striking doctors to resume work. Ruling will not affect implementation of Memorandum of Understanding. That is from Ingige. Rulings by the court will not affect implementation of MOU from Ingige. Robbers kill 2 policemen, injure others in Kogi. Robbers kill 2 policemen, injure others in Kogi. We lost 85 members, 3,141 houses in Plateau. Christian group says, and they seek a sack of GOC. Christian group seek sack of GOC, saying that we lost 85 members, 3,141 houses in Plateau. Blackout in Lagos, Ogun, others as electricity grid collapse again. I think this is the 5th time that the electricity grid is collapsing. Blackout in Lagos, Ogun, others as electricity grid collapses. OML 11 Ogoni leaders vow not to allow Shell to return. Ogoni leaders vow not to allow Shell to return after Shell, the license of Shell has been withdrawn. Ogoni leaders are saying they are vowing that Shell would not return to Ogoni land. We are ready to begin exploration development of community, that is MPDC. We are ready to begin exploration development of community, MPDC. Again, Southeast residents defy sit-at-home suspension. Again, Southeast residents defy sit-at-home suspension. There are still some kind of compliance in the Southeast. We have Abia State, Imo, Ebonyi, Enugu. All the recorded total compliance. Hoodlums traders clash in Onitsha. Hoodlums traders clash in Onitsha. Buhari Kalu orders mourn arguing Ronsi Okpara's wives. Buhari Kalu orders mourn the wife of arguing Ronsi and also the wife of Okpara. Let's move over to the Vanguard newspaper above the masthead. Ban on open grazing stays, Akeredolu. Ban on open grazing stays, Akeredolu is saying. Court restrains Secondus from parading himself as national chairman of PDP. Court restrains Secondus from parading himself as national chairman of PDP. Artist mourn as Yusuf Grillo dies at 87. Strike, doctors adamant as FG hails court order. Doctors adamant as federal government hails court order. Court orders doctors, federal government to suspend hostilities till September 15. Court orders doctors, federal government to suspend hostilities till September 15. We haven't been served any court order. That's from NARD, Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. We haven't been served any court order. The president of NARD is saying, says strike goes on, strike ongoing, strike continues. We haven't received any papers of court order. Court order, welcome development, federal government is saying. The court order is welcome development, federal government is saying. It says court ruling won't affect implementation of MOU. court ruling won't affect implementation of MOU. NMA berates FMOH over face-off with doctors. NMA berates FMOH over face-off with doctors. Says 21 days of strike for Nigeria unacceptable. 21 days of strike for Nigeria unacceptable. Not going to court on part of government hasty. Going to court on part of government hasty. Dialogue with NAD now. Dialogue with NAD now. Ojegbelu charges FG. Our dealings with partners transparent. That's from NLNG. Our dealings with partners transparent. That's from NLNG. MPDC in Ogoni to resume oil exploration. MPDC in Ogoni to resume oil exploration. State of the nation. Nigeria needs right leadership to tackle insecurity. Tambuwal. Nigeria needs right leadership to tackle insecurity. Tambuwal is saying lockdown. Army wants diseased or face the law. Lockdown. Army wants disease or face the law. And that's it we'll have for today. Okay. And something I want to read this morning. We have our headline this morning is talking about DSS kick mom as Islamic cleric threatens Christians in Jos. Remember the Muslim group that was killed during a Jos Muslim travelers in Jos that were killed by unknown gunmen. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has berated the Department of State Services (DSS) over its alleged loud silence and apparent inaction to the unambiguous incitement against Christians made in a recent viral video alleged by one Ustaz Abubakar Salihu Zaria. The association described the police inaction as discriminatory, illegal, and totally indecorous. Huriwa expressed consternation and shock that such a seditious video could have been made by a so-called religious leader threatening to carry out reprisals on Christians over the recent cruel and brutal killings of scores of Muslim travelers in Jos by unknown gunmen. Yet for nearly 3 days, the DSS has overlooked the sensational and violence-prone video. In a statement, the National Coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Onwiko, and the National Media Affairs Director, Ms. Zainab Yusuf, Huriwa wonders whether the security forces, including the Nigerian police, were waiting for the threat to be carried out before it can take any lawful measure to bring the said religious preacher to justice. Can we honorably remind the hierarchy of the DSS, as they prefer to be identified, that a specific institution known as State Security Services is a creation of the Nigerian law, and therefore the operatives are to serve all Nigerians equally and must never present themselves as either Islamic police or political police, but a national policing institution. We hereby ask them to invite the said Islamic cleric to say that he knows about the future plot to kill Christians in northern Nigeria should any Muslim be killed by hoodlums in Plateau State, and also find out why he classified Plateau State citizens, all of whom have one religion or the other, as infidels. These inciting comments and inaction of either the Nigerian police force or the DSS are dangerous. We will also ask the DSS to explain to Nigerians why it invited the Edo State-based Christian leader, Pastor Suleiman, and the Enugu State-based Catholic priest, Father Ejike Mbaka, when they individually made innocuous statements, which, in the estimation of the DSS, were damaging to national security, but the same DSS has gone mute upon hearing a Muslim cleric make threats against Christians. We really wonder that President Muhammadu Buhari received in audience the Sheikh from Bauchi, whose disciples were killed by unknown gunmen, even after the Sheikh was quoted in a section of the media as allegedly threatening revenge, and now the same president and his attack dogs have kept mute over the issue. Let's have a good morning.
Good morning, sir. Maybe this will bring it down soon.
I was reading a long.
I can see.
Yeah. It is, those just Muslim travelers were killed. The cleric has come out to make threats against the Christians. And Huriwa is a human rights organization. They are saying that the DSS has kept mute. When you look at Enugu-based priests making a statement on Nnamdi Kanu, DSS invited him. Reverend Kuka, DSS invited him. Even Johnson Suleiman, DSS invited him. But this one is making threats against Christians, death threats. But the DSS has kept mute. How do you look at such situations?
Thank you very much. Matu in the name once more. You see, it is not just today we have been saying it. It is already a known fact that there are some people who are seen as above the law in this country. Over some months now, even Shegumi, people have been calling for his arrest and that the federal government should caution him. But for reason best known to the federal government and to all the security forces, they refuse to do the needful.
Okay.
Even Shegumi at the point accused the Nigerian army that it is Christian extractions in the Nigerian army that are the ones killing the bandits.
Okay.
A statement that did not go down well with the military. Even as military tried to refute, even as the military tried to try to express that what the man said is not correct. Even up to today, the man have not been invited or the man have not been investigated or prosecuted. But if you look at the way the country is being run, it tells you that we have a government that is operating on double standard. Look at Kuka the other day. He was being cautioned by federal government because he went to address U.S. Congress. And because he went to address the U.S. Congress to bring to their notice of the prevailing circumstance in Nigeria. The other time, even some persons in the north issued quick notice to the same Kuka. So I'm not surprised that the government is behaving this manner. It's already their hallmark. It's already known for that double standard in almost every area of life. I listened to Autumn, the governor of Benue State, on channel Sunrise Daily this morning. He was emphatic on issues that has to do with this double standard. This is somebody who have met even Mr. President himself on some of these national issues. And he have seen that the position Mr. President maintained is at variance with the collective position of all the stakeholders. So it's clearly a government that operates on double standard. There's no argument about that.
What's the fate of Christians in that area? What's the fate of Christians in that area?
The fate of Christians has always been in the hand of God. Because the Bible says, except God guide, the watchman watcheth in vain. So even with all the AK-47, with all the Air Force, Navy, all the arsenal of federal government, it is by the grace of God that one is alive, not by the effort of man. But again, I think it is high time people should start speaking up. People should start coming together to resist these oppressive tendencies of the federal government. Because we cannot keep ourselves at the mercy of these bandits, these criminals. I don't want to stigmatize any religion. That's why I'm careful the way I'm speaking. I don't want to stigmatize, but rather I want to address issues based on what individuals have said. Because I know that in Nigeria, religion is a sensitive issue. It could trigger crisis. So that's why I'm careful the way I'm speaking about it. But generally speaking, there are some individuals who have not been able to portray themselves to the regard that people give them. Have not been able to live up to that expectation. And the government have a responsibility of arresting and prosecuting such individuals.
Okay, let's look at Doctors Adamant as every Hills court order. Court has given a verdict that doctors should go back to work. Is it fair on the side of doctors, or how do you look at it?
I think the court would have mandated government to do the needful. Because what is the agitation from the resident doctors, from the doctors? It borders on money. Instead of mandating the doctors to go back to work, why not ask federal government to do the needful and pay them? Because what the court is looking at is the emergency situation, as it has to do with COVID-19 pandemic, as it has to do with people who are supposed to be in intensive care. But again, you fail to realize that the man who perhaps is short of fund may not be in his right state of mind to administer to patients. So I think what is of paramount importance is that the judge, the court, would have used his wisdom to compel federal government to pay these workers, these doctors. Because even if you compel somebody to resume duty and start administering to patients, if the person is not bringing out his mind to do it, you may not achieve the result that is expected. So to make it a win-win situation, the doctors, they are not fighting government. They are only saying, give us our rights, our entitlement. All the memorandum of understanding that have been signed between them and government have reneged at one point or in time or the other. So I think the court would have done it better if they had compelled federal government, giving them a timeline. Say, if as these people go back to as people resume, within the timeline, pay these people this money. I think it would have been better like that.
Why is it so difficult for the government to dialogue with these doctors?
I don't think dialogue is the issue. There are so many instances where they have dialogue even before now. The problem is implementing the result of dialogue, the resolution that came out of the dialogue. There have been dialogue even before now. But the problem has always been the unwillingness of federal government to comply with the outcome of the dialogues by way of paying.
The court ruling won't affect implementation of MOU, of the Memorandum of Understanding.
But what is preventing government from complying with even the MOU before now? Because the doctors are alleging that even part of the MOU that the federal government is reneging on it, meaning that the time they are supposed to pay them going by the MOU have elapsed and they are not paying them. So why should a doctor who is entitled to residency training fund since 2020, we're in 2021, why should that doctor still be denied of it? And we learned that even part of the money that is in contention was not captured in 2021 budget. It is as a result of this strike that necessitated federal government in their supplementary budget to capture it in their supplementary budget. Meaning, if the doctors had not gone on strike, the thing wouldn't have been captured in the budget.
Okay, Liz Zed is saying they spend more money going to court instead of paying the doctors.
Of course.
I don't understand really.
It's correct, because for me, there's no point going to court. If you agree that these are people who are doing their legitimate job and who are even faced with hazardous situations, who are vulnerable to even death in their line of duty, considering the deadly nature of this coronavirus pandemic, then you should do the needful and you should not starve them of fund. They are legitimate fund. I asked this question yesterday. I have not seen any time in the history of democracy, Nigerian democracy, that governors, senators, House of Representatives members, House of Assembly members, name it, are going on strike, are done to because federal government is depriving them of fund. So I think the right thing to do is for federal government to look for fund anywhere and pay them, for crying out loud. I think that is the way to go.
Are they going to, with this way they are handling the doctors, I'm looking at the future, would they be able to maintain this in the future?
That is why you see
payments of salaries,
that is why you
allowances.
See, that is why you see mass exodus of Nigerian doctors going to different parts of the world. Saudi Arabia is in Nigeria currently, recruiting medical doctors, and their target is in some expertise area, people who manages intensive care. And you know that there is high need of those personnel during this pandemic, and Nigerian doctors are rushing to take advantage of it. So it means we have a serious crisis in hand. So what I'm saying, what we are saying is that the federal government of Nigeria, what they need to do is to raise funds and pay these doctors, because the doctors they are rendering essential services, and you cannot overemphasize their importance in a society, because any society without health system is as good as dead.
Okay, for me it seems that the BIA has its advantages. Now Shell, a company, has been the license has been withdrawn, and the community having MPDC in Ogoni, they are going to do the oil exploration themselves. Is it not an added advantage?
how can you say that do oil exploration? You know what it takes to do oil exploration?
Okay, they are part
You are
of.
talking of millions, billions of dollars to bring one platform. Those platforms you see in the sea to explore oil. You are talking of billions of naira. Go and check all the oil majors in Nigeria. Chevron, Shell, ExxonMobil. Look at their infrastructure in the Niger Delta. Federal government do not invest a dime. Federal government only wait at the end of the month to collect 60% of whatever they explore. 60% of whatever they explore.
Okay.
So federal government is not investing. Even the community have no capacity to invest when it comes to refining, when it comes to oil exploration. But the good aspect of the PIA is, you know, in petroleum industry, you have the downstream sector, the midstream, and the upstream. Before now, there is no major activity in the midstream.
Okay.
That is the processing, because it is not attractive for investors to come in, since the sector is being regulated. But with the liberalization, people can now come in by way of building refinery, by way of building refinery, different capacity of refinery, so that they can absorb people who want to work. But beyond that, the common man is going to pay dearly for this policy, for this PIA. Because when the thing comes into full implementation, you are going to see a serious hike in the price of PMS. And it's going to take so much time before it will stabilize. There is no way PMS will sell less than 300 naira per liter by the time they implement that petrol. Yes, there is no way to sell below 300 naira per liter. And that will have ripple effect in every strata of the society of Nigerian economy. So the common man is going to pay dearly for it. That notwithstanding, if you give it some time, it will stabilize. But the common man is going to be at the different end. But the federal government is the one that is going to enjoy it. Because one, federal government will stop paying subsidy. And unfortunately, the money they will free as a result of not paying subsidy, we may not see it being judiciously used. Because we have instances in this country where government officials have been accused of not judiciously using money that is available for governance. So the common man is the one that will suffer it. The government is happy because one is taking all the burden of subsidy off their shoulder, then allowing demand and supply to freeze the price of PMS at the pump. Then this is the issue of secondus. I don't know whether
secondus now. I think you're saying that PDP will win 2023. They're looking at the restraint of secondus as the chairman of PDP. How does it affect the party, or how does it improve the chances of the party taking power in 2023?
But we look at Nigerian political system holistically. I think because we have irresponsible people who are playing in that political class. That's why you see all this level of desperation, all this level of people trying to circumvent the rule. Because look at what is happening in PDP currently.
Okay.
I don't know why a judge to go and give an injunction restraining a legitimately serving PDP national chairman from acting in that capacity. Knowing fully well that this man has just 4 months for his tenure to elapse. Knowing fully well that if that court order injunction subsists, this man will be out of office the period between now 4 months that his period would have elapsed. I think what they want to achieve is they do not want the man to conduct another election to elect another set of party executives. Because the way it stands, anything Secondus does now, going forward, if they go back to that court will declare a nullity, because he is no longer in the face of the law. Going by that judgment, he is no longer the chairman, pending on the determination of the substances case. And the way it stands, who knows how long it will take to dispense the substances case. If it takes 6 months, it means his tenure would have elapsed. So it means there is no way he can even come back to say he wants to conduct another election. So what I'm saying in essence is, you see some people who are desperate, who reserve inordinate ambition, who want to change the leadership of the party at all costs. The same thing you see in PDP, you see in APC. That's the nature of Nigerian politics. And it's not healthy for our democracy. It's not deepening democracy. And unfortunately, the judiciary is being drafted into this issue. Because by our standard, the judge would have examined the situation to understand that if this man is restrained from acting as chairman and is suspended from being a PDP member and his tenure is elapsing in 4 months' time, and this man have rights by going by the PDP's constitution to conduct another congress from ward, local government, state and federal convention to elect new leaders of the party. So what is the court trying to achieve by this? It's killing democracy by our standard.
Okay. Lastly, look at the students that were released, better students released after 46 days in captivity. What should be done? What should be done, especially by those people in that area? Because it seems the government now is not.
We have a situation where people are already living at the mercy of these bandits or these criminals, and unfortunately, the government have succeeded in changing the narrative. Because what they call bandits are Fulani henchmen. There's no better way to say it other than what Sheikh Gumi have told us. That these are Fulani henchmen who claim that their cars have been rustled. They now take it as an excuse to take to crime. And the federal government unfortunately have changed that narrative, calling them bandits. And everybody is now calling them bandits. But I think the state governments need to rise to the occasion and put pressure on federal government to delegate some of the power they have to them by way of constitutional amendments. Because look at this issue of...
Because Tambua is saying that Nigeria needs right leadership to tackle insecurity.
Yes, that's what I'm coming. Look at this issue of open grazing. You see that without exception, almost all the state governors that are against the position of federal government.
They not all have enacted the law.
No, that's not, because the federal government is...
September 1 is just...
No, what I'm saying is that the federal government is insisting that they have to go by open grazing. And you see states being controlled by APC telling federal government that open grazing is no longer fashionable.
Why have they not enacted the law?
No, if not that they are resisting it, federal government would have forced it on Nigerians. So on that, I think the state governors they are doing the right thing. And we have a situation where the president is playing on double standard. You gave about 5.something million, or is it billion, to what is it called, Katsina State to build ranch. 6.5 billion to Katsina State to build ranches, or ranch rather. And you are compelling other people that they must do open grazing. Does that not tell you that it's double standard? If everyone have acknowledged and agreed that what we need to survey the situation is ranching, and there was this issue of livestock transformation plan that all the stakeholders, all the governors were part of it. Now, you did not do it in such a way that it will be replicated in all the states that are willing to accept it. You gave money to Katsina State, and you are forcing it down on other states that you must do open grazing. Is it not double standard and recipe? Is it not a recipe for crisis, for anarchy?
Okay.
So that's why we're saying that it's a double standard.
Okay. Your final thought, Mr. Right?
My final thought is that the federal government should fall back to the drawing board and obey the rule of law in everything they do. That is it.
Thank you very much.
You know,
we have Agbero. We have Agbero there. Agbero criminals. That's what we have there. We don't have federal government. Those who...
Are you saying that our president is a criminal?
Let me tell you, my brother, a father that cannot give you food and tell you good. When you tell a father good money, he didn't answer you. He's a bad person. He's a criminal. He's a hoodlum.
Most Nigerians voted for this people.
We will vote, my brother. Leave that area. I mean, for vote.
Most youths are supporting these people.
That is why I say most of the youth say they don't get said. Look at what happened in Anambra and see how youth are divided now because of 1,000 everywhere. I do expect election to hold in Anambra. At least they should listen to IPOB and see them there. You have 2 APC, 2 PDP, 2 ABCA. Imagine. Anyway, good morning, my brother. Good morning, viewer. God bless you.
Again, Southeast resident, the 5 sit at home. They was sit at home in the Southeast yesterday.
I like it. You see one thing I like the Igbos there. In Southeast, not the other one in Lagos. Those Southeast are corporate. Leave all these ones. The Southeast Igbos are corporate, and I like them. If other tribes like the Southwest or South can cooperate like that, I believe Buhari we don't have a chance of cheating us. I'm telling you the truth. Igbos, I love them for one thing. When they say yes, it's yes. When they say no, it's no. And I like the way they are cooperating in the southeast. Yes, despite the noise IG is making, sending troops, other things, they still defy them and stay at home. I like that. And I love them. Let them continue until they get their freedom.
Okay, there's something I want to bring to your notice. You remember the 10 Muslim travelers that were killed in Jos?
Yes.
And their leader, their Islamic leader, went to visit Buhari. Buhari paid condolence to the Islamic leader. The leader made a threat against Christians in the state. Now, people are saying DSS have not called that Islamic leader to order. The Islamic leader called this Enugu man.
Yes.
Enugu man. What's his name? Mbaka. When he made statement, Kuka, they called him to order. Even Suleiman, they called him to order. They say DSS is playing double standard. How do you look at it?
Right from day one, as far as Buhari claimed that seat, DSS have been supporting their people. They not. Even Gume is supposed to be arrested. Nothing happened to Gume. Gume know where these bandits are, who are kidnapping, killing every day. But federal government know, the whole world know. I don't say they knows. Gume have not been arrested. So DSS, who is in charge of DSS, says an Hausa man, Fulani man. What do you expect? What do you expect?
They are Igbos here.
The only things.
They are Igbos in DSS.
Yeah, but the leader now, we're talking about the leaders. Then the only thing I love is that Enugu governor evacuates the student in that Jos. Yes, I like that governor. If other ones can do that, you see, they don't respect Christians in the north. So he left for we Christians to rise up against that.
How?
Condemn this issue. Condemn me. Even the DSS.
How do you condemn it?
It's to rise a protest. The only thing government Buhari here is protest. That is protest. Why can that man, particular man, insult the Christians? It's anarchy, violent. If the Christians should reply now, you see what will happen. Did you know what happened? The message they were sending to Bishop Coker simply went to America. You understand me? So the next thing is that the Christians need to rise up against that particular man. Let me even tell you, that's why we say Buhari is not in charge. Buhari is not in charge. That's why you see they are kidnapping, killing every day. You open news every morning, kidnapping. You see what happened for Zamfara yesterday, Zamfara. They kidnap 50 and kill 4. I get me every day you wake up, newspaper is stealing, kidnapping. And our president is there. All they are saying is 2023 election. Are you getting me? And the youth are quiet. All of us quiet. So my brother, my own is that they are not going to arrest him. DSS, are they not hearing it? They are hearing it. They only watching we that is talking here. When we talk, we have freedom of talking, freedom of speech. When we talk, they say, why are you talking? Mostly like Muhammad. You want to tell me like Muhammad did not hear a Muslim man abusing Christians? That's a threat. As like Muhammad come out. But if somebody from the southwest or south or from the Igbo say that now, IG will quickly move, SSL will move. Like Muhammad will come up first, go for that person. So to tell you that we are being ruled by, we are being Islamized. They are Islamizing in Nigeria here by the Buhari government.
Is Nigeria an Islamic country?
My brother, if you check, I can say Nigeria is not. No. It's not because the president that just came that make us look as if Nigeria be Islamizing under Buhari, but under Obasanjo, there was nothing like that. Under Yaradua, there was nothing like that. Under Goodluck, there was nothing like that. But under this man, we all know that this man hates people, hates we South. He doesn't love us. You can check, but the worst thing is that our people in the South are there dancing around this man, like Bishop Jonathan, during Buhari's son's wedding. All of them stormed that place. In fact, you check the jet. Most of the jet be held by the Southern. I don't understand me. Most of the jet you saw in airport be held by Southern. Our Hebrew, Obea, a lot of them. You see, Instead of them to utilize this money for South. Because one day, you have seen this country. You have seen this country. One day, the country will break up. You can see everything that the customs are seizing in border. Every money have been located to the north. Nothing is coming from the south. Everything that the customs, rises, billions, they are located to the north to develop the north. But why? We too, some for us to be wise. In the south, people are not wise. That's the problem I have. They are not wise. You see everything located to the north. Every budget money, everything they seize in Lagos, you see in the north. Use it to feed their people there. That's what I mean. So, my brother, we need to sit down. We need to sit down and discuss.
Somebody is saying that we do not have enough police force to keep people safe in Nigeria.
My brother, not that we don't have enough police. We have enough. All of them, they are escorting this big wing. Politicians, bankers, MDs, some of these people who has money. That is, let me tell you. Imagine, did you watch Buhari's son's wedding? You see amount of police, mobile police, security, SSS. They are more than even the guests in that place. If you like, go and employ millions of police. They can't do that. Let me tell you, in America, in other countries, they have CCTV. You don't need to have plenty police for you can secure the country. You have camera. If you have camera everywhere, the country will be secure. Camera alone. People will fear to do something bad. That's what I mean. Now, if you walk from here to VI, which camera do you have? Only Terminal Bridge you have camera. Other area, no camera. So that's why people can go there and steal and kill and go. That's why people can just go there and kidnap 50, 100 without seeing it. You can't go to Ghana and kidnap 100 Ghana, where they have CCTV everywhere. You can't go to other countries.
Not because you don't have enough security?
Forget about security. If you like have 1 million security, they are not going to stay with us. They would rather be guiding Asoro or governor house or minister house or even councillor or local government. That's why you feel. That's why you find them. You can't find them in the street. Now I ask you a question now. How many hours have we spent there now? Have you seen a policeman going around here? Have you seen a policeman? How many hours have you spent there? This is up at post stop where you have crowd. How many security, even this local security, have you seen around? All of them, they are in Oga house, guarding Oga. But at the end, Oga will still have problem. Maybe either kidnapping or harassment or disgrace. So that is why, my brother, leave all this one. We don't have government. Let's say the truth. If you like, speak grammar, say anything to here to tomorrow. We don't have government. We have a government that doesn't listen. Mostly Buhari. Whatever you are saying, it doesn't listen. Whether people are suffering, whether people are dying, all you know is that I want to just finish the 2 years and go home.
Somebody is saying that he has heard many of you Satanás here threatening the north. Like the Cleric is doing.
My brother,
let
me tell you, we have not threatened the north. Anybody that threatened the north, SSR will fight it. But the north have been threatening us. If they ask question now, they don't ask themselves, Gume who know where this kidnapper is. Wait, I want to ask question now. Are they happy? Do you think they're happy? People be kidnapped every day. Listen, what is happening here now? They will kidnap 100. Then the bandit will be collecting money from them. Maybe they release 10, they collect money. They release 20, they collect money. They release 30, they collect money. And our government are watching. DSS are there. Police are there. My brother, do you believe half of budget is for security in Nigeria? Still, we are not safe. Half of budget from Nigeria go to security. We are not safe. This money, why don't you channel this money to the people? We secure ourselves. That is why you see most of the government did not are now saying, go and carry weapon. Has Buhari or DSS as the governor, why are you telling people to go and carry weapon? Let governor in South or Southwest say it now, or East, before you know, they will deploy mobile police to go arrest that person.
More trouble for Secondus as court restrains him from parading as PDP national. How does this affect the PDP as a party come 2023?
For me, I was a strong member of PDP, and I don't like where we don't have opposition to tackle the APC. Where you don't have opposition, we are in soup. We have one party. PDP is supposed to be opposition to tackle the APC. But if under secondary, you have more than 3 governors who left PDP to APC, senator, everybody are marching to APC. Under his watch, something is wrong. So I believe that area they took for him to go, he just remained that 3 months or 4 months to hand over. They believe that he's going to put his men there. That is Nigeria politics. They know themselves. They brought him. They want him to go. I don't understand me. There's nothing I will say here that will make second to come back. If the court should go arrest, we have 200 million of Nigeria that can do better than second. Maybe PDP want to organize themselves very well to counter APC. Let me tell you, Wike love Tambawa, Secondu love Atiku. So it's a game. So let them bring new person who they want to bring. Let Secondu go arrest. After all of us cry here. Are
you talking as a party man?
I'm talking as a party man. Yes, because everybody don't mind anybody who come here and say they are not party people, don't mind them. But the time election start now, you see them collecting money from back. Nobody will know. I know them very well. I know Sammy. So what I'm saying is that as far as say we are in Nigeria here now, we have 2-party system. One party cannot judge, otherwise we'll be in trouble. If APC win 2023, my brother, then Nigeria is in trouble. Except they say each state, which I'm shouting, each state go and manage your resources. If you like, increase fuel 400 naira. It doesn't concern the state. Let the state manage their resources and pay 10% to federal government. That's when Nigeria be so. Nigeria be good. But secondly, should just go. Let somebody else take over so that they can be able to fight APC. That's my own take.
Okay, lastly, don't impose cattle grazing on states. Tamwa tells Buhari, don't impose cattle grazing on states. Only 3 states have carried out the bill. We have Abia have not done it. Enugu have not done it. Delta has not done it. Edo has not done it. Lagos has not done. So
Buhari should not impose anything. I believe, let me tell you, if he tried that, he say he don't want to be disgraced out of office. Now he's pushing himself to be disgraced out of office, and I pray he should be disgraced out of office. Are you getting me? He said it. Now let him go and try that. The country will be poor. By the time he poor, they will remove him. Because the way we are going now, the country is already boiling. Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is happy. Is it hunger? Is it
people living abroad cannot go back to their home?
Those living abroad, who will come back again for this?
They are afraid to go to their hometown.
Yes, you are right. The point is that because we have insecurity, we have a bad government who doesn't care for people. So what I'm saying, if we try that, Nigeria will revoke against that. I pray the governor should cooperate to the people, and the people too should cooperate to the governor. If they like, let the northerners do that. That is their own cup of tea. That is their own cup of tea. But in the southwest, southeast, they should not follow Sudan. They should sign that thing. The bucket should go and treat their madu in their place, and let us do our own things here we are doing here, so that we have place of peace. That is my own area, my brother.
Your final thought, Mr. Loke.
My final thought,
We'll talk about after rapping. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Yes, my final thought is that my brothers and sisters here, we love ourselves, we cooperate. All my prayer is Nigeria youth like us should get up and make sure the old men 2023 did not come back to power. If they come back, all this we are saying here, we will still be talking. Our government will not listen.
Somebody say, instead of getting your PVC, go and get your visa.
Oh, my brother, if I get visa to America, go. I get visa, but don't give me Afghanistan, Iraq. I beg you, I don't want to die now. Chigo say he want to go to America. Chigo say it's not in Nigeria. And I expect Chigo say to go to Southeast. And he's not going. He say, it's not in Nigeria. Somebody said yesterday that Chigo said, would you like to travel? He was shouting out, yes, I want to travel. Chigo said, did you know that they say you should go back to Enugu or Imo State? So, bros, if you have a way of helping us to America, we all go there. We like America. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky Edon of Lagos.
Yes, of course, going to America cannot solve our problem. So, in as much as we are still around, we must continue to defend humanity, and we must continue to hold the government of the day responsible for the level of atrocity and misgovernance that have already perverted the entire system.
How do you do so when protest seems to be a crime in Nigeria?
Yes, we will continue to talk, creating awareness and consciousness to the world in respect to what is happening. You can hear of recent is in the pages of newspaper that Zamfara State, Jigawa and all that, they are now they are stocking ammunition. What does that tell us? That Afghanistan might be a child's play, because this is not just the concentration of a particular region. Zamfara, Katsina State, they are not happy. These are northern people, which of course have the sitting president from that region. And yet, the president of Nigeria has failed them.
That is the northern
Has failed the northerners. You can imagine the level of killing, unimaginable level of atrocity going on. People can no longer sleep in their own home, ancestral home, even in the northern region. Women are being molested, children, just to say the least. You see, have been turned to fugitive in their own country home. In their own country home, you are not safe. You are turned to fugitive. Huh? And of course, the governments are not doing anything. Of course, they will not do. Why? Because they have already failed. For them saying that they will not fail simply means they are just admitting publicly that, of course, they have failed. And it's unfortunate. Of course, I anticipated their failure based on their previous antecedents.
Somebody is saying that please don't mislead people on this platform without any evidence when you're saying that Zamfara are stockpiling arms.
That is what is on the newspaper. I'm not the editor to one of these newspapers. It is in a national daily, so I'm not saying what I don't know.
The person should go and search for it.
Yes, let him go and search for it, and should stop making noise. Probably he have free access to data, but yeah, we do pay through our nose to access internet, so you can understand the level of commitment and dedication, resilience we are, of course, committing to this in defense of freedom, in defense of humanity. So we're not just, when you stand here, don't misinterpret me or misunderstood me. My position has remained, everybody has the right to live, including the Fulanis, including the Arabs, including the Igbos, or the Yorubas, or the Odua nation, or whatever, the Shekiris, the Ijos, they have the right to live. That is my position. But when the version becomes high, when a particular section of the country begin to see, the other regions as enemy or a cog to the wheel of their progress, like the present position of the Mieti Allah and the Fulani Caliphate, then everybody has the right to defend himself. You have right to self-defense. That is the first principle of nature, endowed by God. So that is my position. Everybody has right to live, but when my life is threatened consistently, deliberately, I have the right to self-defense. Likewise, people are living in Zamfara, in Katsina State, it should be corrected or put to order. A sitting governor under this current dispensation made a public assertion that his own residents or people within Katsina State should take up arms. Then what are you? How am I then misleading the people? How? It is glaring. He was not the first person. I mean, a notable person to say that. Look at the T.Y. Danjuma of the whole Nigeria. Of Nigeria made such assertion, and the likes of his colleagues have maintained the position that Nigeria is a failed state, that we have lost the rights. I mean, the government of the day, of course, has lost their rights to remain in power because they have failed to protect life and property. You are asking me, you might be residing in US and all that. I know there are crimes across the entire world, but not to this extent. That even in your own ancestral home, you are considered as a fugitive. You have no right to live, you have no right to movement. What do we really enjoy in this country? You have no access to light, to power. You have no access to potable water, drinking water. You have no access to good road network. It's not available. These are not rocket science for crying loud. These are basic needs that an average government can fix. Look at now, our best brains, our medical doctors are leaving the shores of this country in their thousands or tens of thousands. You see, and that is a threat to the national security, the healthcare system. Where people, other nations are trying to revamp their health system and have an all-inclusive health insurance for their own people. We are losing our health personnel, which probably, of course, exposes the entire populace at the risk of very devastating situation. It's quite unfortunate. That is what you're saying. You are saying we are misleading people. I am not here to mislead anyone, but we are here to enlighten the world of the current happenings in this country. We are not MTA or National Television Authority, that are national terrorist organization. That is what they represent. They will have to change their narrative. We are here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. So that is the position.
What is saying that because we don't have enough security forces, that's why we are experiencing. We don't have enough security forces, that's why we are experiencing insecurity in the country. Somebody is saying that we don't have enough security forces.
So how do you make up for that? Do you make up for that by going about killing innocent people who are, of course, expressing their grievances or, of course, their pain, or how the level of injustice that have been tolerated or misgovernance? Is that how you achieve it? See? Now you said you don't have much security personnel. Then how far have you gone to raise the morale or boost the morale of those that are serving? You owe them arrears, you owe them allowances, you owe them so many things that they are entitled to them. In fact, they are just working as slaves. The police, look at them in recent past, they were protesting. Look at the military. Most of them tendered resignation. They are leaving Nigerian military. Nigerian military has lost its dignity. Prior to this time, people, even I myself, there was a time I so much desire to be enrolled in the military force. But now it is becoming a death trap, and it's something nobody should desire. If I'm offered that, it's just a suicidal mission. I can't die that. You see, militaries are not paid their allowances. They are not paid. I mean, look at when you visit the police quarters. It's only pigs that can live in such environments. They don't have good facility for them. Where you live, you put your families there. Then how do you think that somebody could be psychologically, stable in discharge of his or her duty? That's why they will come out with such frustration. They will open fire, sporadic shooting on defenseless people who are not responsible for their predicament. The government should be held responsible. So how do you make up for that? You have teeming population who should have been absorbed. Intellectuals, great intelligent people who should have been absorbed in security architecture. But you never provided such opportunity for them. There was a time I enrolled for Air Force, Nigerian Air Force. I was very optimistic that I will gain it if we have to go through by merit. Because I know that I have to pass the aptitude test, irrespective of whatever is the situation. But they told me at the point, at the stage, we were made to understand that it is only 2 vacancy or 2 slots that is meant for Imo State, where I come from. At that point, we got demoralized because that will not even be enough for the governor of the state, the current governor, let alone the House of Senate and Representatives who have great interest in of course, putting their people there. So you can see that we have lost that consciousness and direction. So, and now people are taking undue advantage of the misgovernance, of the level of atrocity that have been tolerated by the Nigerian state. Across the north, the bandits, the Boko Haram, the kidnappers, and others. Down east, you can see that people are, of course, agitating for a new nation, where their right could be protected, where everybody will be given the opportunity to live out his dream, where people will be taken care of, even the medical practitioners. We have a good working system, a good working condition. The remuneration will be well taken care of. Likewise, every other sector of the economy will be taken care of. People are no longer with this. What have I to identify with Nigeria for crying loud? You see, Nigeria is not something you can back on. Nigeria is gone. And people are still calling for 2023, which is not visible. Look at the seats at home. Even when the highest decision policy making of IPOB gave an order to suspend the seat at home, people willingly, not out of compulsion, willingly sacrifice that Monday, that they will not sit at home. What are they? They have been going out and without any commensurate effects or benefits. They have been going out. Their people have been killed, mad, and raped to death, and the government is not doing anything about that. You see, it seems there is a deliberate attempt and conspiracy on the part of the said government to annihilate or exterminate the entire people, which of course we must rise now. There was total compliance even when the order was to suspend it. People are no longer happy with the system, and you can see what is happening. Probably this may be just the genesis. By the time we get to Exodus, Leviticus, and begin to count the numbers, then there will be nothing called Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Now Biafra is here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning.
Please, as much as we can, we give people time to talk, express themselves.
So what?
As much as we can, we give people time to express themselves.
But the weather is cloudy.
When it's your turn, we give you time.
But I won't take much time. The weather is cloudy.
I know, but we'll give you time.
So that rain will not spoil the business
Rain
for
is not
us.
going to fall in Jesus'
Oh,
name.
amen, amen.
So let's look at the doctors. The court has given an order that the doctors should resume work, but they have not been paid. The doctors are saying that they will still continue on strike. What is your take on this?
I think there are the majority of, when in a situation like this, majority of what is our labor leader or labor ministers, what they do is just to go and get a kangaroo judgment, in which, they will put in a national interest at play.
What do you mean by national interest?
The national interest is like there's an epidemic in the country, and
there's an epidemic in the country and the doctors are not taken care of.
The point there, I'm not saying I'm supporting what they did, right? I'm not saying what government is doing.
Because the doctors are part of this national interest.
They are part of national interest, yes. But at the same time, they themselves, they are feeling, they are not too happy that they are on strike. They are not too happy for the masses, because when two elephants fight, it's the grasses that will suffer, right? And what is there now is the Labour Minister, the way he's handling this issue. The Labour Minister, the way he's handling this issue, it's not being, it's not being taking it the way it's supposed to handle it. I'm talking of Mr. What's it called? The Labour Minister, Chris Ngige. He's not handling the matter well. And I think he should approach a new method to deal with. Unfortunately, he himself is a doctor, and he has children that are doctors too. So it is his constituency. He's supposed to understand his constituency better and better, more better.
So are you hailing the court order? Ordering the...
I'm not. There are people that flout court order now. In Nigerian court order, some people flout it. Government themselves flout the court order.
It's only federal government that have seen that flout.
In a country where DSS, an agent of what's it called, government, flouts court orders, that means the doctor is as good as doing the same. They can flout the court order. So that's why I tell, for national interest, some will flout court order, and for their own interest too, which is their own personal interest. What they are aggravating for, what they are protesting for. I think you need to go deep down to the genesis of this strike. These people, they said the hazard allowance they've been paying them, which is 5,000 for the past 25 years or 30 years, is still what they are earning as a doctor. And you know what the hazard allowance means? The has been a health caregiver, right? What they encounter every day, the risk that they encounter is 5,000 they'll be using to take care of the risk since 25 years. And what they are saying now, let's come to the table and jack up this hazard allowance a bit. And the condition where we find ourselves, the condition of the clinic hospitals we find ourselves, they are so deteriorating that we need to improve on the medical, tools, medical equipment in this country, so that everybody will not be going for health pilgrimage in abroad. Our president will go, the governors will think how they will go. Why not fix up the doctors and fix up the equipment here, so that they can treat us and increase, make them happy, so that there won't be people slumping, people dying, attack everywhere. If you can't get out of the country, you cannot get a good treatment. So they will put an end to that. I think the doctors should try possible best to extend this strike and put a spade, and to call it a spade, and put the name on the board, man.
Okay, let's look at the crisis in the north. Let's also look at DSS and their double standard.
Yeah.
They have been accused of double standard.
Yeah.
An Islamic cleric threatened Christians in Jos.
Yeah, when was that?
That is yesterday.
Yesterday,
those
okay.
just Muslims that
were killed. They were killed, yeah.
The Islamic cleric threatened the death of Christians in Jos.
Yeah.
People are saying that the DSS has not invited the cleric to tell us. Have Baka.
Yes,
that was
invited.
Did that.
Kuka, yeah, was quiz. Kuka was quiz. And even the man in Jos himself, that's Obalafia. Yeah, that renowned economist. We've known that these guys, this so-called the secret police of the government, they are playing double justice. They are two laws. They act on the law that favors the first citizen of the country. And who are the first citizens? We know them. These are the same people they are protecting. These are the same bandits. I think they are
taking... We have such thing as first.
Sure now. Mr. President is the first citizen. Family of Mr. President, they are first citizen. And who are the family? Quotes and unquotes. Who are the family of the president? They are the people they are treating with the kid glove. They are killing everywhere, and the president has not deemed it fit to send DSS after them. The way they ransack Igboho house, they should go and ransack them in the forest, and they should bring them out without any amnesty. Because the way, once they give them amnesty, they start giving them amnesty, they should consider these gentlemen that are just trying to liberate themselves from the killer herdsmen. Who are the gentlemen? Igboho. They should be given amnesty. They deserve amnesty, because the terrorists are doing worse of what these guys did. You are offering them amnesty. So why not? What is good for the goose is good for the gander. So they should think twice and put an end to this maladministration, nepotism, because a lot of nepotism is going on now. How you are treating some people with kid glove and you are chasing some people with sledgehammer. Who are the people you are treating with the kid gloves? As I'm talking now, I got it from the classified information that even the repentant Boko Haram, the repentant, bandits, they are being given houses, right? Why the IDP, this bastard, chased into IDP? This bastard, they chase them from there. They chase us, the IDP, from their houses to IDP camps. They are still there, languishing in poverty, right? Why the bandits are being wearing Akara so and Karafo and all these things, and say they are new bride now, as if they are a new bride of the nation. These are people that are supposed to have been condemned to fire this sword. Because to kill, he will kill by sword, must die by sword. He will kill by gun, must die by gun. He will kidnap, and kill, must die by gun likewise. So they have no right to be pampering them. They even have no right to give them amnesty.
Okay, let's look at Secondos. More trouble for Secondos as he has been suspended as national chairman of PDP. How does this portend for the party in 2023?
Me, I'm always happy when this crisis are escalating. This crisis of the PDP, the crisis of the APC, I'm always happy when it's escalate like this, because I've been looking for downfall of those two parties.
You have been looking for downfall?
Yes, of those two parties. Who they help? Who those two parties help? Did they help you? Did they help you? Are you working for any government parastatus? And you are fit to even work? Somebody like you did journalism in school. What stop you if you're a son of one of those PDP chieftains or son of one of those APC chieftains? Maybe they will walk you into Nigerian Television Authority, or walk you into one big media organization, or walk you into the Federal Ministry of Arts and Culture Information. So you know nobody, you are nowhere in this country, right? So who they help? Who the two party? This is the right. I don't want to start repeating myself. I said it all over and over that this is the right time. The youth, the so-called youth,
take advantage.
The so-called youth. What I mean, the so-called youth. When I mean youth, the so-called youth, I'm targeting the crowd. I'm targeting among the youth are the sensible one. The sensible one should now rise up and take advantage of the calamities going on in between these two murderous parties. Because why I call them murderous parties? How many of them have built a world-class hospital that will take care of healthcare of Nigeria? And health is wealth. This country is sick. The people in the country, once the country is sick, the people in it are definitely sick. So, how many of them tailored their policy, economic policy, towards the betterment of the upliftment of average Nigerian? As they say common Nigeria. This is the only country where I will see where a leader will open his mouth and say common Nigeria. Who is common? Nobody is common in front of God. Everybody are common in front of God. You now say if you want to address yourself excellency, then we come to the people that send you, that you are serving. You now be calling them common Nigeria. Does that make sense? And that is when we youth supposed to have realized that these people mean nothing. They mean nothing to us. They have no plan for us. They have no single plan for our life. They wake up, they call you common Nigeria. They wake up, they call you misplants.
So you're asking for a youth party?
A youth party, definitely. A youth party. Look at what happened during the ANC. When the ANC wanted to revolt against against Zuma, the youth leader started the revolution. The youth leader was suspended, was jailed, but he had to pay that sacrifice. Any youth that's not ready to pay sacrifice is doomed for life. Because all these guys we are seeing, all these role model we are seeing, all this Wole Soyinka, they paid good price. Falana, they paid good price. All these activists. I'm not talking of nowadays activists that they are money activists, but the real activists, when they started, the executive, the Ganiforemi, the Agbakoba, they paid serious sacrifice. I've been in a rally in Nigerian Labour Congress House, Yaba. Then I stayed in Yaba then too. I've been in a rally where once we're about to start the rally, we converge in front of Nigerian Labour Congress House at Yaba then. Then police must have been laying ambush. Police must have laid ambush before we got there. Next thing you see is batting, beating all these guys. All this sound you are seeing today, if you know how many punishment some of them receive, batting. There was a day they beat Agbakoba that his eye swell up. You know, there was a day the Bongo Gani. I witnessed all this maladministration, maltreatment. It's been long for her. It's been long for a while. Maladministration of Nigeria has been long for a while. Politicization of Nigeria. Politicization of Nigeria has been long for long. So when are we going to liberate ourselves for this? Okay. But the youth need to wake up. Youths awake. The space is big enough for the youth. Let the youth awake and occupy the space. What is the population? The population is over 60%. Over 60% of the population of this youth, this country, are youth. So why not rise up and take the responsibility of your life? Don't hand over the responsibility of your life to people that are careless, right? Okay. Final thought, Mr. Cleric. My final thought is, until we change the mind of youth like Edonobi Lagos, which is lucky, because it's either there or here. It's either with the politician or with the youth, right? As he is now, he will dine with the politician. He will still come here and be saying he wants to, you know. So to me, Mr. Buhari, it's time to sit up. If you cannot sit up, please, you step down. Thank you very much. Good morning, ma.
Yeah, good morning.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lion Fumi.
Just closer to this.
Yeah, I'm Lion Fumi Ajayi, a charter president of Lagos Esteemed Lions Club. And today we have our Lions Club doing work against, you know, we are in our Lions Club, we have this month, we are to do youth campaign, youth empowerment is all about youth. So we on our own will decide to come out here today to talk to the youth. We work against drug abuse, human trafficking, burglary, any social devices. That's why we are here today.
When we look at Nigeria today,
okay,
we have the APC, PDP. There's no youth enclave. There's nothing that represents the youth. What do you have for them?
Yeah, we on our own, you know, is non-governmental organization. So because we know that there is nothing, we decide on our own to come out and put things together, just like this work we are doing now. You know, one thing is, when you are working against something, there should be solution that, okay, when you don't want them to do this, then they should be able to do this. So we are out there to provide solution in our own little way. If government is not doing it, we can as well do it. We have so many things we want to do. We have a training, and when we do that training, we still put little resources together to empower that, and we still follow, we monitor such.
When do you have this training? When do you have this training? When?
You know, this is Lions Club organization, like I said, and the training is for this month. So we are here now. If I see anybody now, as I speak, there is a need, we can still do that. As in I can, personally, my club can decide to empower somebody now.
Now?
Yes.
That's in need of what? Specifically?
Oh, Lion Fumi Ajayi, Lion International Club.
Lioness Fumi Ajayi.
I'm Lion Fumi Ajayi, and you have the privilege to talk to my zone chairperson. Okay. She's coming. But like I said now, you know, do you know with 10,000 you can transform life?
Yes.
You don't need millions to do it. With 10,000, if I give somebody 10,000 naira, okay, you want to sell pure water, go on this. If such person is prudent, she will be fine. So I can do that as I stand.
So you can do that now?
Right away.
As you can stand?
Yes.
Wow.
So who is in need of it?
The leader. Let me. Mr. Matthew, come.
I want to do this. My zone chair.
Okay, she wants to talk.
Yes, she can as well come.
Liaise with him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Maybe she can come and talk.
Oh, Lion, my zone chairman. Can you grant us live interview?
Yeah. Okay.
So, like why he called it is that I want to empower somebody with 10,000 now.
Okay. Yeah.
So who will be person to collect it? Hey, are you recording that?
No, it's online. We are live. It's a live
program.
The live program.
So who is collecting now? I want to do that right away.
I will do that. Let's give it to him. I will do that.
I'll give it to this man.
Give it to him.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you
So
very much.
that should be our contribution. Working against it. Once you work against something, you should be able to provide solution. She will.
Okay.
So let's have my
Any other person?
Okay, let me tell you something. There is a channel we have in Lions Club. Now we are here is a zone program, and that zone program means we have a zone chair held by Lion Olori Jayola. We now have 4 clubs under her, in which I am one of the club under this zone. So I have the privilege to have my zone chair around now.
Okay,
Can we?
Just give us space. Give us space. No. Give us space. No need. Just give us space. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Can we know you and what the club is all about?
I am Lion Olori
Okay.
Ayo Jayola, the zone chairperson for Zone B, 4B,
Okay.
Region 4. Okay, we Lions are celebrating youth this month, and it is holding on us that we should come out and share what youth needs to know and what people need to know about youth empowerment, teaching them how to live a better life for the future. Our youths are wasting away every day. And there are no plans for our youths.
That is from the government.
From the society, there is no plan. So the Lions Club is interested. That is why at every activity, every function recognized by the world, the Lions want to be at the forefront.
In what specific areas?
Campaign against rape,
Okay.
campaign against child abuse, drug abuse, human trafficking and all that. That is why we are here. We have chosen this place because a lot of youths are here. And mothers are here also. I would want my president and I planned this event for Zone B. And we are happy that we have been attracted to you and you have been attracted to us.
Okay.
This makes this campaign worthwhile.
Okay.
We appreciate you. You can see behind us men who are interested. Hello?
One more person. Just one more person. One more person.
This is one of my presidents.
Introduce
He's
yourself.
doing very well.
My name is Wasil Awal. Okay. I'm an estate surveyor. Okay. I'm a chartered surveyor. Okay. You can see most of us we are professionals. We have work we are doing. But what we have decided to do is to leave little out of our time to attend to the needy, to attend to the public. So when you see people in Lions Club, it's not that they are jobless. We are all CEOs now in all areas of ramification. But we just felt, let's give back to society what we have been for. How do you address food prices? Food prices as it concerns the youth. You see, Lions Club is not a government organization, so there is no way we can have effect on that. But what we can do on our own is to contribute part of our own money to make sure we do that. Food rising is solely the responsibility of the government. Food crisis in the country. Yeah. That is still part of government's responsibility. But we can do our own by giving them money, by giving them food, based on what we are contributed from our own pulse. Okay. By reaching out to the less privileged. How do we reach out to you? How do we get to you? Where do you have your meetings? We have designated places. Okay. Like Maryland, we have ours at Ikorodu Road. so also for other club members. So they have designated areas. Is there any forthcoming program you are doing that will capture the youth? Any forthcoming program for the youth? Yes.
The Lion Club now.
We can never be tired of doing this.
Okay.
So till the end of this month,
It's a continuous. Yes, it's a continuous. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. It is live. You can watch it live. Flip TV. Flip TV. Watch it live. Flip TV on YouTube. On YouTube. It's live now. Okay. Watch it live. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Your numbers, your email. So I need a flyer.
Look at the flyer. Can I advise you a lion? Sorry, please.
Okay.
Please, I want to say a statement. It's just one thing. Sorry, kudos. Kudos to what the lioness has been. And I think you, our mothers here, you should focus more energies to talk to our fathers. They are turning the youth to the street urchins. They will use them during the elections and dump them. And that is more of insecurity that we are experiencing in this country. So we should talk to our daddies too. They are politicians. So they should.
We are mobilizing the
Thank
youth.
you very much.
Like yesterday, we had a program where we went around Onikongu community to mobilize the youth and support them in the trade they are doing, so that they will be an example to others that are misbehaving. We have those selling indomies, we have those selling shawarma. We gave them something. We asked them what they want, what they need to boost their business, and we gave them all the things they needed. That will inspire others. And we spoke to their mothers and their fathers in that community. Those are the things we do for the youth.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear
Thank you very much. Any other person? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. How many minutes? You said 2 minutes. It will pass 2 minutes.
Okay, a minute.
A minute. You want to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Lioness school. Lion.
Can I go on?
Yeah. Your name.
Hello, good afternoon, viewers. My name is Lion Choma Omenazil. We are from Lions Club International, the world's largest humanitarian organizations. We've come to say no to rape. We've come to say no to child abuse. We've come to appeal to the government to empower our youth. Thanks so much.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.
One more person. Last person. Okay.
I want to announce to the public that some people who are able to support the needy should come first. Join the Lions Club. A lot of non-governmental organizations, it's not as if they have no jobs. They are assisting government in doing their jobs. And what we are doing today, we know it will last on the minds of the people here. The government of Nigeria should work with NGOs. NGOs are doing a lot in this country, all over the world. And Lions Club is the largest humanitarian organization in the world.
It's true.
Please join us. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So,
Finally. Let's after
Charles, okay, Charles, go.
Good morning.
Good morning, viewers.
This is what we want from the government, empowering young people.
Exactly. That's exactly what we have been saying. Thank God, the Nigerian youth, as in the citizens of Nigeria, they are coming up with something that will help the youth. This is exactly what we are saying. If government will not help us, we'll help ourselves. But how do we do it?
Well-meaning citizens in Nigeria, wherever you are, support.
That is exactly what we're saying. Everywhere you are, abroad, but in Nigeria, as long as you're a Nigerian citizen staying abroad in Nigeria, we are so deciding for your help. Come down, help us. This is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we need to empower the youth. Because the government have just fed us. So definitely we cannot just stay here all alone and watch the Nigerian citizens go in the rail. So definitely this is exactly what we need. Thank God. Like I said earlier, the Nigerian youth are coming up with something that is very, very nice. And this is exactly what we pray for. And I pray that the good Lord will continue to give those at home and abroad a good something that will give us a very nice opportunity as to come up with another.
I know. No.
Definitely. So we pray that by the special grace of God, things will go up, and God will do it in such a way that anybody that is bringing something that will empower the youth, God will never allow such person to lack in Jesus' name. So we are praying that you should give us your support anywhere you are. Thank you very much.
And doctors are told to resume work, that they have not been paid.
My brother, do you know that if you go to Western world, you are very, very much happy to see your to have your health sector being equipped. But it's now absorbed, to my own understanding, that the medical doctors will be running abroad, going from one place to another, and which is not fair. We are supposed to be fighting for our medical doctors to come back, but look at a student of Nigeria will graduate from a medical school and he will be traveling abroad. Meanwhile, we're supposed to revamp and put our medical health in place, but we are not doing it. My brother, every country, the first thing they do they put in place is to make sure that their government puts in place their medical personnel in place. But we in Nigeria, what are we doing? We allow them to run after moving from one country to another, which is not good. I am very, very happy they should come back, because even you and I, our health is in danger if they are not there. Because without them, there are some certain things that you cannot do as you are sick. You are rushed to hospital. In my area, a woman just died last night. They rushed her to hospital. There's no hospital was open. No hospital was open. So definitely she has to give up. So at a point, she died. So despite
the fact that she died, you still support that the governors continue their strike even though they have not been paid?
Yes, in another way around, my brother. To me, I'm not in support that they should continue with the strike. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like I said earlier, it's endangering our lives. They should also consider that we are all humans. Forget about the government. The government personnel, they will be sick. Even a dog in their house will be sick. They'll fly that person abroad. They'll fly the dog abroad. So definitely, it's not all about the government now. It's all about you and I. They should just help us. They should come back. We know that even though nobody is recognizing them financially, the God Almighty will always recognize them, and they will never lack. They should come back, and I'm happy for that.
Okay, now, and lastly, Secondus, more trouble for Secondus now. He has been suspended as the chairman of PDP.
I don't want to say.
How does it look for PDP? Or you are not interested in PDP? Or?
I'm a PDP member, but for now, nobody's talking about party. All we are talking about is what I may call the disintegration of the country. For now,
the disintegration of Nigeria.
Nigeria. That's exactly what.
How to build Nigeria.
Not how. What do you want to build again? You and I have fought so many ways to see that Nigeria comes in play, but it's not coming up. So for now, let the party stay aside. We are not talking about political party now. What we are talking about is how to build our different nation. I go, you go. Manage your resources, I manage my resources. That is just what should be on ground now. Not PDP, APC. They're none of my business. I have nothing to do with them.
Okay. Thank
you very much, my brother.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, Rafa, good morning.
Good morning, Christian Chukwu. Good morning, our viewers all over Europe, America, and Asia.
You are boisterous this morning.
Yes, very, very, because we can see the lioness and the lions. They are non-governmental organization. They came here to showcase the stuff they are made of. These people are empowering Nigerian youths, rehabilitating them, some of them that are under drug abuse. They are non-governmental organization, NGO. They are doing a lot across the world, not only Nigeria as a country. The Lion Club, I believe, is the largest NGO
in the
world. I'm telling you, many of them are so generous. Many of them are so philanthropic. In fact, they are philanthropic organization. They are doing this kind of thing across Lagos State now. They are at the axis of Oba, and that's how they should go to Ikeja today and showcase to people what they have for them.
We expect more from our government.
We expect more from our government, but the government is not doing anything. This is an organization that has the interests of the people at hand. They are trying to tell government, look, you are not doing enough. Look, this is what you are supposed to do. I think understand. They are independent of politics. They are independent of governments. They are social voluntary organization. They are not doing this at the expense of any any government department,
no allocation from
government. This money, this empowerment is coming out from their own private purses. I'm telling you, they are better than government because Nigeria has no government. No Lagos State government. Lagos State government is bent on collecting tax 17,000 from each and every shops at Ochodu, at Oba, at Ikeja. Collect. What are you giving in return to the citizen? What are you giving in return to Yoruba youths? What are you giving in return to Igbo businessmen? What are you giving in return to Hausa youths? Collect every day. Local government, give me. Pay for radio, pay for television, pay for handset. Government is bent on collecting taxes when you have television on your shop. TV fee, radio fee. These are voluntary organizations that are doing good things, good wills of people's welfare. They are taking care all over Lagos, all over Nigeria. Kudos to Lion Club.
Okay, let's look at the doctors. The doctors have been ordered to return to work, but they have not been paid.
Yes, they have not been paid, and they don't believe
they insist that they will still continue.
They are not trusting government.
They insist.
Yes, as they insist.
People are dying, Mr.
No, nobody is dying. God is taking care of anybody.
That somebody that was rushed to hospital could not receive treatment, but the person died as a result of
oh my God. Let me tell you, God has been keeping us till this moment. Are you listening to me? Nigeria has not fixed their health care facilities. Medical facilities in Nigeria is zero. Is that the cause of people's deaths? Okay,
no.
Is the doctors responsible for that?
The patient was not given attention.
Listen, no medical facilities in Nigeria. Our medical facilities are dilapidated, crumbled. You know, it has nothing to write home about. So, is it the resident doctors or National Association of Resident Doctors that will buy the facilities, health facilities, and put it in order? Is it not the government that will take care of the health sector? Are you listening to me? General hospitals are there, specialty hospitals are there. Are you listening to me? Look at Igbobi. Igbobi has almost 12 banks within the compound. Who are paying into those banks? You and I. Victims, patients, poor Nigerians. People that are dying as a result of poor medical facilities in Nigeria. The health sectors are not well fixed. What are you saying? You shouldn't blame it on resident doctors. Blame it on the government. Blame it on Ngige. Blame it on Buhari, who has spent billions on daughter's wedding. Shame unto you that you all that flew your private jet to Sokoto or Katsina, where Buhari's son was wedding. See, by the time Buhari finishes with all of you private jet owners, you are going to be paying your operational works, whatever they call it, in dollars. Federal government has billed them $1 billion this morning. They don't know that Buhari is a sadist who doesn't want anybody in Nigeria to progress. The same thing he did 36 years ago. When he took over from Chagari, Buhari seized everybody's importation and exportation license, crippling many billionaires in Igbo land, billionaires in Yoruba land, billionaires in Hausa. They all become beggars today because the man is a sadist. The man is an anti-progress. He doesn't want progresses of people. You flew private jet, you think Buhari will clap for you. Oh, you bought private jet, that's very good. Now, what did he do? He carried spear and took all of them, stabbed all of them that came, attended his son's wedding with spear, javelin. A stab on the hearts of the whole private jet owners. Yes! This taxation, this serious tax now, $1 billion is how? $1 billion. $1 billion, I'm telling you. You are welcome to my son's, you are welcome to my daughter's wedding. That was how Buhari thanked them. A sadist, don't you know? An arsonist, anti-progressive man. Okay. A man who did this kind of thing 36 years ago, yet Nigerians could not learn. They wanted him. He's the man that will lead Nigeria, some of them to the promised land, not me. I shouldn't be among.
Okay, DSS has been said to be of double standard.
DSS.
A cleric has threatened Christians in Jos. DSS has not invited him. But you see, Kuka was invited.
Was invited. There, yeah.
Baka was invited.
Yes. DSS is Fulani. DSS is Buhari. DSS has been playing double standard right from day one. DSS blocked senators from attending their session in 2019 when they wear mask and stop all of them. Who stopped them from doing that? A lady from South, from River State. I don't know whether you have forgotten in a haste. The woman said, shoot me, kill me. Had it been it was Jonathan regime, you wouldn't have blocked entrance to National House of Assembly. Have you forgotten? They are DSS. Otiban just sacked the directorate of DSS when he was away. Buhari was away. When Buhari came back, he reinstated the man back. Double standard, playing double standard. Chuku, is it now that Nigerians know that DSS are double standard police organization in Nigeria? Double standard. So you guys are waking up now. You don't know what happened then. Now, let me tell you, they question Mbaka because Mbaka interfered in the affairs of government. They question Hassan Kuka, Matthew, Reverend, because he interfered in the affairs of government. But they could not question Sheikh Gumi. They could not question all those Islamic clerics. So now, you know, DSS is operating along with Fulani herdsmen. So now, you know, DSS is operating along with Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. Why are Nigerians still asleep? Why are Nigerians still don't open their brain wide to assimilate, digest what is up in this current government? What's up, Nigeria? What's gonna be funk, man? Until you get yourself, you are dick.
Has been ousted out of, has been suspended from PDP.
From being PDP.
How does it portend for the future of PDP?
Yes, PDP is APC. PDP and APC, two of them that have merged together to suck this country dry, to start sucking us from where Buhari's APC regime has stopped. There is no PDP, there is no APC, they are the same. A party that has not stepped up to fight this evil regime as an opposition party is part and parcel of APC. Where was Umari before? PDP. Where is Umari now? APC. Where was Ayode, governor of Cross River State before? PDP. Where is Ayode now? APC. Where was then Gwanga Daniel, the then governor of Ogun State? Where was he before? PDP. Where is he now? APC. Where was the then Speaker of House of Representatives in the person of that small boy that handled that position? Dimeji Bankole. Where was he before? PDP. Where is he now? APC. What is shit, man, are you talking about? All these guys, they are interwoven in their own operation. Vice versa. If you don't join them, you beat them. If you don't beat them, you join them. Do you know that Tontus Okano is now a staunch member of APC? A man who fought for Theodoji, his brother, to have won an election while in confinement. He was in detention when he won election. Where is he now? APC. They are dragging Jonathan, the so-called president, under the platform of PDP to join the race under APC. Where do you think Goodluck Jonathan is now? He was PDP before, but let me tell you, by me studying Goodluck Jonathan now, Goodluck Jonathan is APC. Do you think that ranting and chanting like an ant by governor of River State, Nyesom Wike is indirectly, secretly operating behind the scene as APC member? Tomboa, where do you think Tomboa is? Where do you think Matawale? The man that hijacked the governorship race in Zamfara State because PDP was unopposed. A walkover. Where is Matawala today? APC. Matawala was before PDP. Oga, what do you think? These are political racketeers They are racketeering. This business of racketeering of a thing is so thriving and very, very lucrative in Nigeria. Politics is a business. So, Federal Republic of Nigeria PLC, under the management of the chief CEO, Muhammad Buhari.
Okay, final thought, Mr. Rapper.
My final thought is always the fact that I like I like Biafra. I love my land and my people. Everything is there for Biafra. So let's join hands together and make Biafra together. Make Biafra a stronger state. Let me tell you, than any other state in Africa. What happened yesterday? There was a lockdown in the whole southeast. Nobody came out. That kind of cooperation and unison is what I want. We are cohesive because we want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to jump out from the DSS facility where he is illegally detained. Being detained for how many weeks now?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. Okay, we have come. We are moving to the end of Bystander this morning. I have Mr. Lucky. He has something to tell us.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Lucky Ayaguna. I don't know Lagos. You all know. And number one, I want to thank the viewer from abroad, all over the world, who support one of our brothers called Mr. Sunday. Now Sunday health is improving now. Let's just say about 80%. And we are very, very happy. We want to thank you that is donating for Sunday. You will not have an accident. You will not sick. God bless you. God bless you. On behalf of the crew, our Philip TV reviewer, and the CEO, and my brother, coordinator, and the cameraman, we want to thank you, the viewer. God bless you. You live long. God bless you.
Let's talk about the anniversary.
Now, let my brothers.
No. Let him talk.
Okay.
Let him talk about
now, I want to, this word is good. Sometimes you celebrate life. Not only dead, sick. My wedding anniversary is coming on 28th of this month, August. And I don't know Lagos. And I pray God to give us long life. 19 years, it's not easy, my brother.
Okay.
19 years.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky.
Yes,
So when is he hosting us?
By the grace of God, on Sunday. And I want people to join me anyhow. If Nagari, I go drink there.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we have come to the end of Bystander and Newsstands. Thanks for supporting us. We have a GoFundMe account on the chat. Click on the link, the GoFundMe account, and also support what we do here. A big thank you to the Lions Club, the International Association of Lions Club, Big Street, 404 B2 Nigeria Zone B, Region 4. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for coming here to give your support to the youth, especially in this environment. Thank you, Mr. Lion Kayode Oshinuga, District Governor of 404 B2 Nigeria, Mr. Lion Oshinuga. Thank you, and he said the factors, the development they undergo is against child abuse, youth rape and sexual assault, drug abuse amongst youth, and many. Mrs. Olori, thank you very much for being with us here today. Till tomorrow, we have come to the end of Bystander News. I'm Christian Chuko on this one edition of the program. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi. Bye for now. Till tomorrow, by God's grace.